Greetings, my champions. I welcome you to Live with Chatufa. We are live on this very channel, the gospel of the freedom of the Zimbabwean people. I hope you are blessed. It's a blessed Monday. As ZANU-PF factionalism has led to the closure of a nursing school. This is the end result of what we are seeing happening in ZANU-PF. The implosion in ZANU-PF is going to continue to proceed, and in the end, it is going to devour ZANU-PF and Emerson Mnangagwa. But while the bulls are fighting, we always understand that when bulls fight, what will always suffer is the grass. Now, look at what is happening at the end of the day. We are having a social service being closed down because of mere politicking and mere bickering that is happening right inside ZANU-PF. A report that we have here, right from the Newsday Zimbabwe, says government has shut down a nursing school that was established by Vice President Constantine CHIWENGA in Chikomba District, Mashonaland East Province, amid reports that ZANU-PF officials' factional fights were disrupting its operations. Just imagine, look at the leadership that we have in the country. While the nurses are running short in hospitals, while the government is failing to equip hospitals, while the health services are down in Zimbabwe, especially after the brain drain, we are so surprised to find that the bickering in ZANU-PF, the unnecessary battles for supremacy and for power in ZANU-PF is finally causing this scenario where a whole medical school has to be shut down, and people have lose their careers. People, young people that were thinking that they are equipping themselves with education and for them to begin life, they are losing it, and they have to be finding themselves back in the streets just because there are some individuals who want to exercise authority and power and challenging each other to see who is who and who is more powerful. Does that lead to the development in the country? Not at all. This is actually derailing the progress in the country. This is anti-progress, and this bickering in ZANU-PF must just stop. We can't continue to have people that are, doing things for political expediency at the expense of the development that we expect in the country. We are one of the countries in SADC, or the worst country in SADC in terms of employment rate. We have very, very high employment rate of up to over 90%. And just imagine, while we have a country like that, the little that is there to accommodate people and to take people out of poverty and unemployment is destroyed because of political reasons. And while it is political fighting that is happening right inside a party that tells itself that it is the ruling party, a party that tells itself that it has the mandate to run the country, a party that tells itself and telling the people that it is a party for development and for uplifting the nation of Zimbabwe. A sorry state, a sorry scenario that we are seeing happening in our country, all because it is General CHIWENGA who opened it. And then because of that, some other factions are feeling like, no, we just have to disprove. How can you do this? And we've also had information that the fights are centered on the issue of enrollment, where now it seems like the issue of members that are coming from the faction of Mnangagwa and those that are coming from the faction of General CHIWENGA are competing in bringing students on this college. Just imagine. We have seen this. This is how Mnangagwa took over from Robert Mugabe, because when he got into every ministry, he was in quite a number of ministries. Remember, he was in the Ministry of Justice. He was once in the Ministry of Defense. He once became also the Minister of, was it Housing? And then he also became a Speaker of Parliament. He also became quite a number of other things. And during those portfolios that Mnangagwa occupied, he continued to recruit people that are of his choice, people that are bootlicking him in preparation for the plan that he had ahead. He didn't care even if you would recruit someone and this person is just a private in the army. He didn't care because he knew that there was still some years to come. That person was going to help him in some years to come. It was a long plan. It was a long term plan where he knew that in 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years to come from today, this person will be probably a major or something in the army. And by that time, he knew that it could be the time that he would be planning to take over the reins from Mugabe, and those people would come out handy. So already, can you see that Mnangagwa is beginning to have that mentality of wanting to plant people right now in preparation of the Mafidi dynasty, so that he can have nurses that are bootlicking him, that are already his, teachers who are his, the military, the police, whatever. He wants recruitment done of people that are always going to be siding with him. And I think somehow the CHIWENGA faction has also realized the same thing, and they've also started to embark on the same move now, because the two factions are realizing that this is the fight that we are having now for supremacy in all these social services or whatever government departments, ministries and things like that. It is now a scramble, which now causes a fight like the nature of the fight that we are seeing right now, that having happened in this very school. And at the end of the day, it has costed the country, it has costed the citizens of Zimbabwe, and the development has been derailed because of selfish reasons. So this is a problem really that we are seeing in our country, and we really need to have ZANU-PF out. If ZANU-PF cannot run the country the way they are showing here, they just have to go out. They failed Zimbabwe, they failed Zimbabweans, they are failing even to live with themselves. So how do they expect to run the country when they can't live, they can't survive with themselves? They are always bickering, they are always stone throwing, they are always pushing and shoving each other. So what time are they going to concentrate on running the country and developing Zimbabwe? We don't have that, they don't have that time. And that we can't afford. We can't afford to have a leadership that is forcing itself upon the Zimbabwean people, and yet they can't deliver. So if they can't deliver, we have to push ZANU-PF out. We have to continue demanding for our freedom. We need freedom from this hooligan party. We need this our freedom from this mafia government. They just have to see the door. We just have to see the back of ZANU-PF, and Zimbabwe is allowed to start rising. Otherwise, family, this is the update that I had for you. We need to continue standing, making plans, sitting down and discussing on how best we can embark on different activities that will enable ZANU-PF to be pushed out. Because without doing that, we are not seeing these people anywhere near planning to leave power. So something has to happen. We just have to do something as the citizens, as intercessors, as the change champions and change lovers. Definitely, ZANU-PF will go out when we unite and continue to move in one direction. Freedom is coming. Freedom is our portion, and God is on the move. The preparations are on the ground, and finally, we are pushing ZANU-PF out, and we shall see our freedom coming to the nation of Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, family, for joining me on the show. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you standing with this channel. Please, as always, put a comment, subscribe, like. Also share this message with the rest of the other citizens. It is very, very important. It enables our channel to continue to grow and YouTube to continue promoting it. Otherwise, shalom, shalom. You are blessed.